Hi guys, welcome to another speed build in The Sims 4. My name is Sabrina and today I'm showing you a mansion build for a 3-generation family in Brindleton Bay. But before I get into the details of this house and like my thought process and all of this, I would like to wish you like a belated Happy New Year, guys, since this is my first video I'm putting out here in 2019. Sorry about this, I have been a little bit busy. So like the time during holidays and like in between the holidays like this, I had to do a lot of work and couldn't really do a lot of Sims things. I've been watching some videos, so like I've been a bit jealous when I watched other people build. I was like, oh, I want to build as well. And yeah, now I'm at least back of putting out this video. But yeah, so I hope you had an amazing start into 2019. I hope you're doing well now. And yeah, it's about 2 months old, so I've already finished the build and recorded it back when I'm just doing the voiceover now, like as in January 2019. And I was a bit nervous to comment this build, like looking back at it, because I think on the one hand, even though it's just 2 months, but I think I have slightly improved my building skills. Like back then, this was when I started my building journey in The Sims, as I've mentioned in my first video, which I link up for you on the screen or down below if you would like to check it out. It was like a modern family home in Oasis Spring with like a monochrome, like all black and white interior. If you're interested to have a look, feel free to do so. Yeah, so basically like this building and also like the other modern base game building I did. So these were my first builds I did for my YouTube video, and so this is actually the third one I started. Like my previous one, my latest build I have on my channel, like the Christmas build, is actually a new one because I had to put it in between because of Christmas season. I wanted to put this out first, so now I'm having this. And yeah, looking back at it, I feel a bit critical. It's like I keep asking myself, like, why did you do this or why did you do that, you know? And also because I had like far less packs back then. I mean, it sounds a bit funny to say back then, but you know, I took advantage of the sales season, as I've mentioned before, and I have a few more packs now, so certain things I probably could have done like better now. I mean, at least like some packs would have been more suitable for certain things, like the vintage glamour pack I have now would have been so nice for this building. But I think I shouldn't be too critical of myself, because this is what my channel is about after all, to like keep working on my building skills and hopefully keep improving them. Yeah, and if you guys are interested in joining this journey with me, watching me hopefully improving my building journey, and just like watching me trying out different styles of houses, yeah, please consider subscribing, guys. And as always, I would like to say that I am always interested in connecting with other builders as well, or like other Sims fans in general, I should say. So I'm really curious to see if you guys have also some of your creations out there, if you put them up on a gallery, or if you have your own channels. If so, like, please let me know in the comments, or if you just want to say hello. I'm always really happy to hear from you guys, because I'm so amazed by the Sims community, I have to say, like on Twitter and like the comments I had here on my channel so far. So I would really like to say thank you so much, guys. It does mean a lot. Well, anyway, before I get too cheesy, I want to say a bit about the mansion here. So yeah, as I've said, this was my third building I started, and because I started with like some modern house builds, I wanted to do something more different, and I wanted to go for something bigger, so I went for this mansion build. Basically, I've like looked up different building styles, and I came across this like one particular style called like shingle-style, and yeah, I'm not too familiar with it, but it kind of seemed interesting to me, and then I looked up some pictures of it, and that's how I got inspired by the exterior shape, which we already passed now, but we will see it later again when I'm finishing off the garden area. But yeah, I think yeah, I'm quite how it came together with also the diagonal part. Like, it took me such a long time to do the roofing so out, because seriously, I don't know how long it took me. Like, some people can maybe finish like 3, 4, 5 exterior houses in the time I did the roofing alone. But yeah, that's part of the process. Keep working on your building skills, right? And it's just taking you a long time. And yeah, but in general, this is something like I don't really have resolutions, but this is one of the things I kind of want to set to myself, to stop overthinking things. And this can be like anything. It can obviously be like about building decisions, like how should I do something, and like stuff like this, but also about voiceovers. I have to say, like, yeah, part of the reason why it took me so long to put out this video as well was that I'm like a bit nervous to do the voiceovers. Like, I don't know, sometimes it's just like I feel like stuck. Oh god, what should I say? And like this. So, and I think for this year I'll try gradually to kind of work on this and just be a bit more, keep it going as it goes, you know. But yeah, I mean, I want to talk about my resolutions, or like, I don't really have a resolution as I said, but just like maybe plans, expectations for this year in a moment. But before this, I should really say something about this building. So as said, I wanted to go with a mansion build, and yeah, my idea for this family is that it is like a really, really wealthy family, possibly with like a noble background, and this estate has been owned by the family for like many decades. And so you can see in the interior that it's kind of like, looks really fancy, but like a bit dated, you know. When you enter this, you would think, oh, am I in a different century? And you can see this like in most rooms, especially on the ground floor. So like on the ground floor we have like the formal dining room, and then I have like a family living room, and like which we haven't seen, we will see in a moment, is like a kind of a reception guest room, I should say. So this is like, because I'm imagining with this family, they're having a lot of involvements with like charity functions and so on. So I think they would use their premises on here in the mansion to host charity events. And yeah, here we can see I'm starting off with like reception room with like a grand piano, always like marble floor and like really posh. I mean, it was a bit difficult for me to design this room. Like, I'd like to design like more comfy rooms, so I really liked like the family room we've seen before, even though it's quite dark, but yeah, it's looking comfy for me. And this one is like a bit more cold, and just like, I think I just wanted to make it really fancy, you know, to impress guests and like this. Even though I have to say, I mean, I do imagine that in the family living room, there's still like maybe the dad is living here. He's still like receiving some like really special guests in there to have like a more intimate conversation with them while drinking a glass of whiskey in front of the fireplace. But this one is like if they have like more guests around. So yeah, I mean, as I've mentioned, this is a home for a 3-generation family. So as I've said, I imagine that this has been owned by the same family for many decades, so like many generations just keep living here. And so I'm thinking there's like a grandma who's still living here, and I think that her husband has already deceased, so it's just like she's still living here, but she's basically already passed on like all the responsibilities and duties of the family to her son, who's living here with his wife and his 3 children. And here we are currently like decorating the bedroom of the like parents, basically, of the son and his the son and his wife. Yeah, it sounds a bit weird. So yeah, as I've said, the family, they have possibly a noble background, so he has a lot of responsibilities, a lot of expectations placed on him. But I think his wife is coming from a really different background, so like more down-to-earth background. So I thought she might be like maybe a vet or like a therapist, something like this. Could be like having her own clinic she's running. But obviously since when she married her husband, her life changed a bit. Like, she moved into this mansion and she's becoming part of his family. And even though they're not like the royals, but I think the grandma, she's a bit like really conservative. Like, that's why she's maintaining this like really old looking but fancy looking interior, like all to impress guests. Like this, she has like really high expectations how things are supposed to be done, and maybe this is putting a bit of pressure on like the mom who moved here from like a really different background. So yeah, like their bedroom and their master bathroom, as you can see, they're like slightly different compared to the rest of the house. Where like especially the bathroom, I imagine they probably had like they redid this, had a makeover to do it a bit more modern, and also like the bedroom is like not that like outdated looking. It's like I think she definitely said, okay, if I have to comply with your lifestyle, you know, at least I want to decorate the bedroom as according to my personal preferences. And yeah, but I guess it's a bit tough for her to adjust to his life, but since she's loving her husband so much, she's just trying her best to do it in this way. Yeah, next we're doing the grandma's bedroom. So I'm not sure if she's always been living here or if she moved here from the other bedroom later. I guess she has been always living here, because both bedrooms have their own, they're both like master bedrooms with their own bathroom, and they both have like a little balcony, and so does the bedroom of their oldest daughter. This also have a balcony, which I think is quite nice to sit out there in the summer. And yeah, you can see this bedroom is kind of really granny style, really outdated, but I think it looks cute. And like I'm going to place like this like camera on the wardrobe in a moment, so I'm thinking maybe like her husband used to be a big fan of photography, and like this is just like a piece of memory she's keeping of him. And also I'm imagining that she would have a cat, or possibly 2 cats maybe, because we have like 6 Sims in this household. I mean, obviously if you would like to play such a family, this is just a family I'm imagining. Like yeah, if you would like to place your own family in there, you can of course adjust it to your needs. And like this, so this building, as my other buildings, is up on my gallery under my username subsimsim, so just the same spelling as here on YouTube. Yeah, what I wanted to say is that I'm imagining that the grandma, she's also having maybe 2 cats. So yeah, I forgot to put in its pet equipment when I was recording this, but I've already put in a cat food bowl and like the litter box and some toys and stuff like this into the build now. So if you're downloading to be there, now you see me doing the first child's room. So I imagine that this family is having like 2 children. It's like one older daughter possibly, and her room is like total like princess style, like all pink and still like a bit, you can see this like furniture is like still like really, and especially like the wallpaper kept in like a more slightly traditional style. And yeah, so when the other child is going to be a boy, and then the family also has a toddler. I'm not sure if the toddler is a boy or girl. I didn't think too much about this, but yeah, in my mind the toddler is probably going to be a bit of the wild card of the family, so while the girl is kind of this really like princessy, slightly spoiled girl, and her brother is just maybe a bit more, I don't know, like really like sweet and just, I'm not sure, I didn't think too much about him, but I think the toddler is just like is enjoying a bit more liberties. Maybe like with the first 2 children, grandma, even I think the grandma, she loves her grandchildren, but like she has placed her expectations on them as well as she did with her son and like this. And then with the 3rd child of her son, like they all like, maybe the mom, she was like, but hey, come on, let them be children, and don't be so, just let them be as they want to be, and they can just be a bit wild. Yeah, so this is my idea for it. Yeah, so as I've mentioned before, I wanted to speak a bit about what I'm expecting from this year, both for me personally and also for The Sims, since this is like a really popular thing now to talk about on Sims YouTube right now. I mean, of course I'd like to give my opinion, so maybe I can start with me personally, even though there's not so much to say, because there are things to say, but don't know how to put them in words right now. Yeah, I don't really have resolutions usually, but as I've said, I have like this year, I'm expecting that there's going to be a lot of changes. There have already been some changes towards the end of last year, things which I needed to focus on, and so that's why things have been a bit kind of busy for me to figure certain things out. So I'm hoping for this year to take a new direction in my career, and I'm hoping to make a big move. But that all depends on my career progress. So yeah, possibly a really exciting year coming up, and I hope the same applies for The Sims as well. I don't have like too many like vicious fixed expectations of The Sims. Well, I definitely want them to release this year. I'm kind of a bit open now. My biggest wish was always to like have seasons, and of course we have this now, so I'm really happy with it in general. I mean, I'm just like excited and curious to see what the team will come up with. I mean, I have some like general wishes that I hope they would like just bring more activities for The Sims. For example, what I've mentioned in my previous videos was like I would love if they would like introduce a winter sports game pack. This would be lovely. And also just like provide more activities for different age lifespans, like different life periods, and maybe put some more focus on teenagers as well to really distinguish them more from adults in some ways. So this is something I would be interested in, to possibly have something like a teenager stuff pack. And I know many people said they're not big fans of stuff packs. I would still like to see stuff packs, even though I don't own all of them yet. But yeah, I think for builders it's a really good opportunity, so I'd like to see more of them. And apart from this, so maybe I can just go through what other people have mentioned commonly before. So obviously one of the top points on people's lists is university. And yeah, I mean, I used to love playing university in The Sims 2. Like right now I wouldn't say it's something I definitely need in my game. Like the issue I have with university is that university college life is usually kept quite separately from the Sims world, and this is something which I think they should find a way to integrate it a bit better, so you can like still play with the other Sims, and it's not like, I don't want it to be like this that you can only play with your Sim at your university or with the other Sim. I hope that they can find a way to combine this in some ways. Just a quick comment back to the build, what we're doing here. So I'm also having like a library for the family here. This is actually one of my favorite rooms up here in this mansion. I mean, I really like the family living room, and I also really like the library here, because I think we're both a bit cramped, we're both small, it feels so cozy with the fireplace. So I think probably before the grandpa, before he deceased, has been working here, and now the son doing all his paperwork here, and we're having this little like kids activity table so the kids can join their dad while he's working. Obviously, I guess sometimes it might hinder the productivity a bit, but yeah, I just really like this room. And also, before I forget to mention, and then on the top floor, something which I'm not showing in the build is that there's another like a entertainment room for the family with like a television, because I didn't think it would be suitable for the family to have like a television down in the family living room. So I put it up there, and you will see it in the screenshots. And also, like right now we're doing the garden. I also have a greenhouse, and I'm not showing how I'm doing the interior of the greenhouse. So if you're interested in this, just stay tuned for this screenshots in a moment. Yeah, I mean, what else other people say they want. They usually mention like witches as well. This is a really popular request, and I never thought too much about it, but like, and also like I don't play with the vampires at the moment. I don't have the vampires pack, so we're probably people are going to think, oh my god, what are you doing? But I'm interested. It's just, yeah, some other things have been more interesting for me. So yeah, I would be curious with what they can come up with. Then of course, cars. And I don't know, since they like introduced like Del Sol Valley with so many cars, I can kind of imagine that they're working on introducing cars, but it's just a question if they're doing this in the way people want them to be, because I think there could be fun with like some activities in terms of like fixing them up, fixing up cars, and like teaching a teen how to drive. But yeah, I'm not sure if the developers are going to introduce this all. And also something what is frequently mentioned is farming. Farming, of course, like a farming expansion pack, and I think that is a really cool idea. But I have to say, I think it's quite unlikely what the team is going to do is, because they've mentioned how complicated it is to have like pets in the game, how many hours it takes them to animate them. So unfortunately, I would say it's not so likely. I mean, I saw that Sim Grant, he did he asked people what people would really like about a farming pack, so maybe it's something they are talking about, but I can't imagine that they're going to have like a lot of farm animals in a farming pack. If they have some, I would imagine that they're mostly like objects, kind of similar to the babies, and this is something which could like dissatisfy many people, I can imagine, because obviously many people want updated babies. I include myself to this group of people, but we will see. Oh, I could say more about it, but since we're coming to the end of the building, I want to say that I just want to thank you guys for watching until now. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, please give the video a thumbs up, and consider subscribing if you want to follow my building journey. Next up, I've got like a Mediterranean house built, and I'm really excited because I've also built this a while ago, but yeah, I'm really satisfied with how it turns out. I used a lot of Jungle Adventure items and it just looks so fun and bright. So I'm excited to show it to you guys. If you're interested, please subscribe, stay tuned. So until then, I hope you guys having an amazing day, and I will see you really soon. Bye bye.